Hey, beautiful people, welcome back to our platform and thank you so much for joining today. So, guys, in this video, you are going to learn a lot of things, and please, I want to draw your attention to the fact that if you watch the video to the end and you have a question, please drop it in the video description box. The video description box is where you are going to see all the links that I put. You cannot drop a question there. You can only drop it on the comment section. So I made an error before. Now in this video, I want to answer some questions some people have been doubting. Someone asked me about Ireland, which I also did the explanation, and someone equally asked me about Sweden when it comes to moving with spouse and working in with their spouse, or moving with their spouse and subsequently if they can work in these countries. Now I will be bringing an episode like this where I will be responding to certain questions I can't answer, so that all followers can then learn and take some of those important points. But first, you have to watch this video to the end so you actually understand what it entails to move abroad with your spouse. Now watch the complete video here. Let's see how it, and thank you so much for joining the channel today. So guys, let's talk about this question real quick. A follower asked me this question: hello Milton, can your spouse work in Austria and Sweden? First, let me start by answering the issue of Austria. Of course, Austria can permit you, or Austria, you can move to Austria with your family as an international student. And now, the dependent, who is your spouse, can work in Austria. But you have to remember that they must get a work permit. They must get a working document from officials in order to work. That is Austria. Now let's go to Sweden. The residence permit you are going to get to study in Sweden, you can use it and your spouse can use it to work as well. In Sweden, you don't really necessarily need like some extra documentation to work in Sweden with your spouse. What basically happened for Sweden is that you as a student, you work part-time. Your spouse, the one who came as a dependent under you, will work full-time. But you have to understand that the pay in Sweden is somehow. In one of my videos, I said that if you have an admission to move to Sweden and you intend to move with your spouse, first, you must pay the first deposit that the school is even asking you before you can be able to apply for the visa. And remember, again, companies cannot sponsor you. Even if companies can sponsor you, there are some particular companies. Check Migration Verkes. That's the Swedish migration agency's website. Also understand that the jobs in Sweden, there are in-demand jobs and there are jobs for students. If you have experience, if you have the qualification, you can do IT jobs, engineering job, nursing, doctors. But if you do not have those qualifications, there are student jobs like restaurant, cleaning jobs, school jobs, and etc, etc. So these are the things you need to know. Now, for the part of the student, remember, your spouse is going to work full-time. So I will advise you, if you intend to move with your spouse and you as the man, you do not have the qualification, your wife have the qualification, let your wife apply for school so that she should be the one to apply for the visa. Why the man can come as the dependent, so the man can work full-time. I'm saying this because of course the man is more energetic than the woman, but we know in some marriages it is instead a woman who is more energetic, but the probability is very low. Now also understand that you as a student, you need to study so that you can always renew your residence permit, because it is that permit that permits your spouse, who is your wife or husband, who is working full-time, to be able to work. So if you do not study how to meet the ECTS credit unit, you may not get a permit renewal, and in that case it is going to affect your spouse who is working full-time. Remember, for your permit to be renewed in Sweden, you need to get at least 30 credits every semester, right? So you should put all these things into consideration. And also remember, the salary range may not be that much, so don't think that, oh, if I pay the first deposit, will I be able to generate the final deposit in Sweden? It's possible. Let's do this calculation, right? Yeah, because sometimes for you to find a job, you may get a job that will pay you like 22, 23, 24, 25 thousand krona. Now, if you pay their first deposit, because it's a huge sum of money, schools in Sweden charge from 3 million plus, which is around, I think the deposit is usually around 70,000 Swedish krona or above, right? Now, if you pay the first deposit, also understand that around December or January, you still need to pay another installment. So within those periods you move to Sweden, maybe within the 3 months, 4 months, you may not get a job because you need to get your person number, you need to get your Swedish ID, and you need to get a bank account. And all of this, you need to book appointments to get them, right? So you should pay your fees, then have some money while you move. That's the use of the bank statement, the proof of funds the embassy wants to see. And you should also understand that for you to really work as a dependent in Sweden, you can work full time, right? I already gave you the differences, so you should put all of them into consideration. Remember, Sweden also accepts family, but when you want to apply for the visa, please put many things into consideration. It's so important. Then I'm going to be talking about those who are asking me questions on Poland in subsequent videos. Now, also understand that migration is becoming difficult. If you really want to move now, move immediately. There is no time to wait. So guys, there is a question someone asked me, and this follower is from Nigeria. And please, I want to say this here. This is the question. Let's talk about the question, then I will say something. He said, Milton, good morning to you. I want to apply to Ireland. Can you suggest a good school? And my budget is 8 million naira. Now, guys, please listen to me and listen very well. Ireland is the only country in the European Union that speaks English. I mean, full English. So for you to get your PR and probably your citizenship, you don't need to write maybe a foreign language. So your IELTS may be enough. Ireland also have a lot of opportunities because the pay is good. The country is a good place, though accommodation is very expensive, but again, it is a good place if you move as an international student. Now, if you check schools in Ireland, you will notice that the cheapest school in Ireland should be around, I say the cheapest, which means that if there are 100 schools, at least 90 or 95 schools should cost at least 10,000 euros. And Nigerians, please, you have a disadvantage here because why? One, your currency already is down. Converting from naira to euro, you will need more naira to get lesser euro. Am I correct? Yes. Now, convert 10,000 euros to naira, you will see how much you need. I don't want to break it down. I want you to do the calculation so that you can see what I'm talking about. Now, if you do the conversion, you will see that the money, this 8 million you're talking about, is too small. Now, remember, in Ireland, when you get a school in Ireland, before, some schools used to ask for tuition deposit, like part of the fees. But now, from what I know, is that most of the schools will ask you to pay the complete money. If your program is 1 year, you pay complete 1 year. If the 10,000 is for one semester, you pay the first semester before you can apply for a study visa in Nigeria. Now, if you are going to apply for the study visa again, you still need to show the embassy that you would have 10,000 euros in your personal bank account or in your sponsor's account. Now, convert this other 10,000 euros to naira and see the equivalence in naira. Then convert the first 10,000 that you are going to pay as tuition before you can be able to show the receipt to the embassy to apply for a visa. Now, I'm not saying that all the schools will charge you 10,000. I'm just saying that most of them charge from 10,000 and above, because I was even checking. I think UCC Cork, the cheapest program they have is 13,500 euros. Then I think University College Dublin, I think the cheapest they have is like 15,000. It all depends again if you are going for postgraduate or maybe a bachelor's or master's program. So guys, if you look at this, you need to first of all pay the tuition before you put some money in your bank account. Now, this money, this 8 million, will it be enough? It's not enough. Ireland is a good country, but the money you have is not enough. This is fact, I'm telling you. There is no two way about it. If you even take a look at the countries now in the European Union, you will see that almost all of them are very expensive. So moving abroad now is becoming very difficult. So that's why I keep telling people that you have to act now. You have to be strategic in order to really succeed in this jackpot stuff. I hope this will help you.